Hey friends, welcome back to the Morning Four. I'm so excited for today's episode because it's a little different from what you've heard so far. I got to sit down with my brother, John Saxton, up in State College, Pennsylvania, for a conversation that was equal parts fun, random, and full of stories. I really think you'll enjoy it. Now, to be honest, we had a couple technical hiccups while recording. You may notice it here and there, but for the most part, it's smooth sailing. And I didn't want you to miss this conversation. So this is actually also the start of a new piece I'm adding to the podcast. Right now, you'll hear it about once a month as I start building my guest list. Over time, it might grow into a regular series, or it might just pop up as a fun little bonus episode, kind of like me. Spontaneous, a little unpredictable, but always here to bring good conversation and connection. So enjoy this episode. Please leave me some feedback as to if you love this or you hate this. Either way, it's family, so I love it, and I hope you will too. So grab your cup, settle in, and enjoy this conversation with my brother, John Saxton. All right, well, hey, John. Give us an elevator pitch of who John Saxton is in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's a little too tight. I might have to go over.
That's fine. Do whatever you need to.
Well, I do construction. I build ramps and skate parks all over the world. Used to ride bikes and stuff like that. Kind of, trying to be the pro BMX guy for a while, and then just kind of ended up fading into the background, into the shadows to try to become just to become better at ramp building and just do all the other things, announcing and hosting shows and judging and all that kind of stuff. So I guess overall, my elevator pitch would be I'm a yes man to new opportunities.
Yeah. And you're a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, I'm all right.
How did you get into designing and building skate parks? Was that always your plan?
Oh, there's never a plan. I'm very much a make it up as I go kind of guy. Again, just kind of like I said, once I was riding and doing all that stuff, I saw the younger kids getting better and better. It was hard to keep up. So I just wanted to stay involved in the sport that I had a passion for and that I loved. But I knew there were other ways to do it outside of just the riding and that kind of stuff as well. So I figured it was kind of a natural change because as a bike rider, you always want to build new, different, cool things to ride yourself. So I figured that was kind of the perfect direction to go.
Yeah. Well, what was the coolest, most unique skate park you've ever worked on?
I think the one that keeps coming up the most as my favorite and most unique. I mean, favorite and unique are, I guess, two different things.
But you can give me two different
ones. I guess the most unique one was a project. We built a skate park out of salt in Bolivia for Red Bull. That was not quite 10 years ago, but probably almost now. We were able to build, like literally take salt out of the ground in the salar, which is what they call the salt flats down in Bolivia, which is the largest, flattest place on Earth where most satellites are calibrated.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yep. So we just took basically a big concrete saw, like what you'd see on the side of the highway when they're doing road work and stuff like that. It's a giant walk behind saw, and you just cut a whole bunch of lines in one direction, a whole bunch of lines in the other way, and we just kind of pry bricks out of the ground, almost like little cinder blocks out of the ground, and stacked them up and made the shapes of ramps. And it just took we were out in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't have any electricity or anything like that. So we literally had to like chisel blocks of salt into the shape of ramps and things like that. It was a pretty wild experience, and there's a lot that went into it, but it was a cool opportunity. That would definitely be the most unique one.
And they drive like cars out there, so doesn't that get scary, being the fact that you saw this salt out of the road essentially? Like, how do they know where they're driving is going to be solid?
Well, I mean, where we took it out was all kind of the same area, so it's it's literally hundreds of square kilometers. So the chance of anybody just accidentally driving into this these salt blocks that we took out of the ground is pretty slim. And even where we took the blocks out, it's only 8 inches down. So we only pried 8-inch blocks out of the ground. So it's not like we dug into the, like, it's not like we dug out of the ice and they can fall through.
True.
So it's completely solidified at that point. So it's just basically a big road bump at that point.
Yeah. And is it still there now, 10 years later?
I mean, I haven't been down there, but I've heard that it is still there to a point, not rideable, not the way it is. It was when we first made it, just because of the heavy rain seasons that they have every year. But I think definitely it's still there. But if you know what you're looking for, you can find it. But it's definitely not the way it used to be.
Yeah. And you got to ride it, and along with some other people, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't actually have my bike, so I'd ride one of my buddy's bikes on it. But it was definitely weird to get used to. I think a lot of that had to do with my buddy has a really weird bike setup in the first place. So just getting used to his bike on these ridiculous ramps, it just threw me for a loop. So I didn't like have a session on them or anything like that. But yeah, it was definitely cool to ride them for sure.
It's a story.
Yeah, it's a story.
So that's your most unique. Do you have the coolest?
There's a big project we did in Nashville that was probably, I would say that would probably be my crown jewel for ramp projects that we've done.
Yeah.
It was the biggest, it was the most outlandish ramp I've ever seen. Any like one single wooden ramp. It's the biggest ramp. The guy just he had the funds to do it, and he just, every time we were curious about what we should build next, he's like, if you ever have a question, go bigger. Bigger, better, crazier. Just build me the craziest skate park you can think of. And he didn't really give me like any sort of budget or anything like that. So obviously when I have an opportunity like a golden ticket opportunity to do a project where I can build all kinds of crazy obstacles and things like that I've never had the opportunity to build before, I'm going to capitalize on it.
Yeah, for sure. How long did that take you?
It was 8 months. We were down in Nashville for 8 months.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. But we built like dirt jumps and a downhill, almost X Games dirt bike style course, which is really, really cool. But the skate park is,
it's pretty cool. I'll give you guys some photos of it.
So it's a one-off for sure. It was a special project.
Yeah. And then what's the biggest misconception people have about building skate parks?
And that it's going to be easy. It's I don't know, people always associate skate ramps and bike ramps with being easy and simple and just putting plywood on top of a concrete block or something like that, which it's not. All the time people will, like when I start a new project, I'll have volunteers coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, we're so excited for the skate park. We'll help you all the time, every day. And after one day of work, like, wow, that was hard. That was a lot of work. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to come back. So people always just fading away pretty quickly once they realize that it's actual real work. It's just like building a house or regular construction, but instead of 90-degree walls and everything plumb and square and level, nothing is level, nothing is plumb, nothing is square, everything is curved. Or bent or banked or blended or whatever. So it's definitely a beast of its own.
Yeah. You had to learn that the hard way, right? You've been doing it forever.
I don't know if there is an easy way to learn it. Yeah, every way is hard learning this kind of stuff. But yeah, it was definitely a trying task. But it was a labor of love for sure, because I wanted every day you get to ride a new ramp that you built, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I feel like John's been building ramps in our backyard since 15. How old do you think you were when you built your first ramp?
Yeah, I would say 13, 14.
I remember having a box jump, and then we had a half pipe in our backyard. It's pretty rad.
Yeah. Yep, it was definitely pretty cool. The parents have been pretty nice and supportive of me building ridiculous stuff around the house, and even with a couple of those ramps. There was a whole winter where I was storing the ramps in the garage, so I had an indoor skate park, which was pretty neat.
I remember that. If you could build a dream skate park anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Within driving distance of my house,
Yeah.
wherever it is, because that's the downside of a lot of these projects. I built really cool ramps that I'm really happy with and proud of. And then as soon as the project's done, I'll get a session or two, and then it's like, well, big gulps, huh? All right, see you later. And then I have to leave, and then I don't get to ride a lot of them again. So every now and then I'll get sessions here and there if I go back to repair or whatever, anything. But that's the one downside of doing this, is having to leave all my babies around the country and all around the world without getting a chance to ride them again.
Yeah. But there are some skate parks that you've gone and assessed them or whatever. What would you say? Like, you've done a lot of work on some skate parks. I mean,
oh yeah, I mean, a lot of my clients are repeat customers and stuff like that, just because they know if they want to keep up to a certain level or standard, then yeah, you can't fudge that. You can't fake that. You kind of have to have the real guys that know what's up.
Yeah.
Come and do the work for you. So yeah, I mean, they are typically wood and metal structures, so they need upkeep, they need repairs, they need maintenance, all the stuff that goes into it. So ideally, if they're built well, then it'll be a long time in between where you'll need anything done to them. But yeah, I mean, they will need work sooner or later.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, John and I went to Woodward back when we were teenagers. I was a gymnast at Woodward Camp when it actually had gymnastics, and none of them have gymnastics any longer, right?
Gymnastics is not around.
Oh, so sad. But John was always BMXer, and I mean, that's kind of the start of where this all came from, and that's why he lives close to there.
Yep. That was definitely one of the draws that brought me down here to State College, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So not far from the OG Woodward, the original Woodward, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, all right, let's transition into another part of your life, comedy. So you also do stand-up. How did that start? What was comedy always a part of your life?
No, definitely not always a part of my life. But I do remember I think the earliest memory that I have of stand-up comedy is I think I remember my parents had some friends over and they were watching a Bill Cosby special. I think it was Bill Cosby himself. And I just remember a group of adults watching intently and laughing at just a guy talking. And I thought that was so cool. And I was watching it too, but I think I was laughing at different things. I just remember there was one bit where I think he was drunk or something, and he was like curled up around the toilet, thanking the toilet for being so cold or something. And I just thought that was funny. So I was laughing for all the wrong reasons, but I just thought that was so cool to be able to talk and make a room full of people laugh. And I thought that was so neat. And then eventually I just kind of started to get into other comedians. I think my first tape that I ever bought was a stand-up comedy tape. And I think I made my grandma listen to it after I bought it, and I thought it was so funny, and I just made everyone sit around the table and listen to it. And then just a little bit of time, it just turned into one of those things where it was like a bucket list thing for me, just something I always wanted to try. And then once I did it, it was as soon as I was done, I was like, oh, thank goodness I never have to do that again. But then I started thinking, like, why wouldn't I do it again? It was fun, it was cool, it was something I really enjoyed, something I liked. So luckily with this job, I travel all over, so I just kind of reach out to the local comedy clubs and open mics and then just try to get involved so I have something to do as extracurricular activities on these projects. So
yeah,
it's just another thing to keep me busy, and I think I need to be busy all the time. It's a little attention deficit problem I have, I think.
What's your best or worst moment on stage?
I can't really think of a worst moment. I've been pretty fortunate. Maybe people have just been nice enough to not boo me off of the stage.
No tomatoes.
No tomatoes, no rotten fruit, no giant sticks with cane hooks at the end.
Perfect.
But I think my best moment, I had even just last night, I was able to do my longest set, which I think was just like 32 or 33 minutes. I could have done more, but they gave me the light, so I had to wrap up. I was contractually obligated to do 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So But it was cool. Just that was my first time doing a half hour, and even just a month ago was my first time doing 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever. And it's like it's nice being able to see how long I can go, and I even then last night I had an extra 10 to 15 minutes, so it's nice knowing that I could do a full 45 if I needed to. But I think my best memory of stand-up comedy is I got the chance to do a set at the Comedy Store out in LA. Not last year, it was the year before. I was out in California working at Woodward West, and I needed some materials or some metal pipe, actually, to be specifically, down in LA, and that was the only place to come get it. And so yeah, I had to drive to LA, which is about 3 hours away from where I was working. So I figured I'd just kind of chalk it up as a travel day, just be a tourist day. Like go to skate parks, go play pickleball, go play around golf, whatever. And I wanted to go see a comedy show. I signed up to try to be in the comedy show, but I guess I didn't make the cut. I didn't reach out early enough or something. So I didn't make it in, but I was there, and I've always wanted to go there and see the place. So I figured I'd at the very least go see a show. And I went in, I walked up, and I was just kind of making small talk with the lady at the front window that I signed up but didn't make it. And she's like, "Well, if you're a comedian, you can get in for free." So that was pretty cool already. I was winning.
Perfect.
I got a free
good
show.
price.
Yeah, I mean that's my favorite price. But she said that since I was a comedian, I get to see it for free, but I have to sit in the comedians area at the Comedy Store. And if there are enough people, they might have to shuffle us around or something. But it was actually during a big comedy festival in town that they have every year for Netflix, actually. So it was kind of a big time to be out there. And I was just sitting in the back watching the show, and I was only there for 10, maybe 15 minutes. And the show was going okay. It was fine. But at one point, the MC walked back to where all the comedians were sitting, back to the area I was sitting. And he's just basically kind of venting that no one's here. No one on his list that's supposed to be doing the show is here. He keeps calling names, and no one is showing up. A bunch of no-shows at the show. So he's just like, all right, who is actually here? Like, kind of frustrated, just like, who is actually in this room? Who can do a set?
I will call you, yeah.
And I just kind of, I raised my hand. I was like, hey, I'm not on your list. I tried to get on the list, but I didn't make the cut. But I'm here, and I would love to do a few minutes if you want to give me a chance. And he's like, all right, fine. You're up next. If the next guy I call, it does not answer, does not come up, you are on. And I was like, all right, cool. So it immediately, it went from 0 to 1,000, like immediately. And I kept my cool. In front of everyone, I kept my composure, but in my brain, I was like bouncing off the walls like Bugs Bunny on the moon. But it was very cool, because usually I need a few minutes for myself anyway. I'm usually have something prepared, like kind of a fallback set that I can just jump into. But I still, if I can, I like to have at least a few minutes just to kind of wrap my head around things and get prepared and just kind of get ready. But this one, it was literally 2 minutes from where he said, all right, if this guy doesn't show up, you're on, to where I was on stage. So I went to the on deck spot. He started calling the name of the next guy, and he called him once, didn't answer. Called him twice. The guy wasn't there. Called him a third time. He didn't go up. And immediately the reality set in that I am going to have to go on the stage.
Get to go.
I'm get to go, yeah, but have to go too, because I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
In front of like literally the most prestigious comedy club in the world. And that it's kind of my pinnacle. And I got to go on the stage, and he called my name, and immediately I was just floored, because he said my name into the microphone at this Comedy Store, which is a huge, huge deal. And once I got onto the stage, I literally, just for me, I took a second or two. I swear it couldn't have been more than 2 seconds, but it was just for me. And like, it seemed like forever in my mind, but that 2 seconds, I literally just went I panned from one from one side to the other, and just kind of stared at the crowd and just kind of like, wow, I'm here, I made it. Just having all these thoughts in like the second or two, and then I immediately just jumped right into my set and started going. And granted, I mean, I went into autopilot, but it was very, very cool. I feel I killed in those few minutes. So I was very happy with how things turned out in my moment that I'd been looking forward to for
your Mount Everest moment.
My Mount Everest moment, and it was very, very cool. So that's probably. And then even after my set, I stuck around for another hour or not quite 2, because I knew even whenever I finally pulled the trigger to start driving home, I still had to drive 3 hours. And at that point, it was already like getting close to 11 o'clock. So I knew it was going to be a late night, but I was just so like I was like running so high on just the energy of being able to do that. My adrenaline was pumping so much. It was very cool. I would have stayed there all night if I could have.
Super cool. I actually remember when we were younger that you would have a notepad and a pen with you always. And I always thought you were writing a book or something, but I feel like you were always writing down pieces to bits that you could do.
Oh, I'm writing a book too, so yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wait for that to come.
Yeah, I'm working on 2.
Okay, there you go. So if you could open for any comedian, dead or alive, who would it be?
Ideally, they'd be alive.
I mean, sure, true.
I think if anything, I mean that's a tough one. I'd take anybody at this point that would bring me on the road. But I mean, even last night I got to open for a nationally touring comedian from LA, so that was pretty
Super cool.
And hopefully in the next month or 2 I'll be opening for another one. That'll be pretty cool. But I think if I was to be able to pick, I mean, obviously, I just go straight to the top of the list and just say Dave Chappelle or somebody.
That would be awesome.
It would be pretty cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna skip to another topic. Your family.
Okay.
Because I love your family and you are my family. So
yeah.
You're married to Kelly. Shout out to my awesome sister-in-law, and have 2 boys, Bo and Jude.
Yes, that's correct.
What's been the biggest surprise about fatherhood?
Being a father.
Yeah, never expected it.
Yeah, that was a shock. I don't know. I mean, there's they keep you on your toes, and every day is a new adventure for better or better. I don't know. It's always something new. It's hard to say.
They're funny in themselves.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a favorite moment or anything like that, if that's what you're asking. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. The whole thing is a shock every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. They keep me on my toes.
I love it. So what's something your kids do that make you laugh the most?
The amount they talk about farts and poops and just how liberal.
Ain't that true?
How easy, like, we will literally be eating dinner and they will get up from the table and walk to the bathroom that's 5 feet from the dinner table and just start pooping with the door wide open, staring at us, slow talking to us while we're eating dinner. It's getting to the point where we need to almost start reprimanding them, but they'll literally, like, not even breaking stride from a conversation we're having. They'll walk to the bathroom, leave the door open, and start pooping while talking to us.
I mean, I feel like I know where they get it from. That's something that you did a lot.
Kelly? Oh.
No, I feel like you talked about fart and poop and when we were growing up. I mean,
well, everyone poops.
Everyone poops. That's so true. I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah. There is nowhere to go.
Yeah. I love that.
Straight down, toilet humor.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Everybody poops.
Wrap it up. We're ending on toilet humor.
There it is, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll finish up later.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Cool. Just kidding, friends. We continue with a little bit more of John Saxton. All right. So, if your boys ever said they wanted to do BMX or be comedians, I know you've already fostered that a lot in their lives. I mean, you have a skate park basically in your backyard. but what advice would you give them?
Don't do it. Oh, I don't know. I mean, they can do it. They can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna really. I'll give advice if they want it, but I'm never gonna push them to do anything that they don't want to do. I don't. It doesn't matter to me if they ride bikes. It doesn't matter to me if they want to do comedy. It doesn't matter to me if they want to play football, baseball, basketball, like whatever they want to do.
Maybe not football, because I already heard that that's kind of out for.
Oh yeah, I mean,
the bodyworks.
I guess just like anything, it's there's a lot more injuries and stuff with that. But I mean, whatever they want to do, it doesn't matter to me. I'll just kind of try to be as supportive with whatever they choose to do.
Yeah, cool. All right, I have some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Kind of fun.
Okay.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Worst job I've ever had. I don't know. I've had a lot of jobs. You talking about like projects or just
any job growing up, anytime?
Any job, anytime. I'd probably paper route would probably be the hardest because right out of the gate as a child, you have to work every single day.
Yeah.
No days off.
I took that over after you too.
No days off. That would probably be the hardest. So you make
nothing.
Peanuts. But I mean, you're making peanuts, but you are also a toddler at that point still, so you don't really need a whole lot. But
keep in mind, he wasn't actually a toddler. He could ride bikes at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I was 13 when I got the paper route, but I mean, I've been working since 13, so that would probably be, I guess, the worst. I
working
guess.
For the Enterprise, right, up in Boston.
Yeah, even though it wasn't that bad, it was just. But yeah, I mean that was difficult when I would have to leave whatever I was doing to go do my dumb paper route. So I'd be hanging out with my friends and like, oh crap, I still need to do my paper route today. So I'd have to leave and be responsible, which is the worst.
Yeah, don't do it. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
That I've ever received?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever.
You don't have any good advice?
No, I mean that I've received. No, I mean I've kind of piecemealed a lot of things together from things that I've heard or whatever, but I don't know if anyone specifically said, do this in your life and you will be successful. Do that in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever received any valuable golden nuggets of information.
Okay. So if you could swap lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
I could swap lives. Is this alive or dead as well?
Sure.
Sure. Oh, geez. If I could swap lives with it. You said lives, right?
Lives.
Not wives?
No, not wives, lives.
Okay, I was going to say, Kelly wouldn't be happy with that.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay. If I could swap lives with anybody, I don't know. Oh, man. Probably one of my boys, because I'm always curious what the heck they're thinking. So it'd be nice to kind of be in their brain for a second, just to finally put an answer to it. I don't know if swap lives with myself before my kids would be here, so I could go play a round of golf again. have time to do anything ever.
What's a random skill you could have that you have that people don't know about?
I'd like to think I'm an efficiency expert. Some people might disagree with me, but I'd like to think I'm pretty darn efficient at things.
Okay.
So whether it's time or money or just effort and everything, I try to kind of think about things and kind of put it in a way to where work smart, not hard. So it's not spending money on this or that or whatever. I try to be as efficient as I can with everything.
Nice.
I'd like to think that's a skill. I don't know.
I think it's a skill. And I think it's a skill to be able to help other people become more efficient, because not everybody's efficient.
Sure.
If you had to describe your life in a movie title, what would it be?
Forrest Gump.
Just that.
I don't know. He had a lot of weird random opportunities and things, and I'd like to think I have a lot of weird random opportunities that kind of seem to work out.
I'd agree. I agree.
Were you talking like make up my own title?
Yeah, make up your own title.
Make up my. I don't know. The Curious Life of John Saxton, I guess. I don't know. Let's say Transformers. That's a cool name. I don't think that's been taken already. I think that's new.
All right, I like it. I like
Superman.
it. Superman. I think Transformers is more for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm
Dumb and Dumbest.
Could be that too. Me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody, this is my brother John Saxton. I'm thrilled to have him on the pod. Do you have anything to say about me as your sister? Any weird stories, fun stories, anything you can think of that my audience should know about me?
Weird or random story?
No holds bar.
Oh man, I don't know.
You grew up with me.
I know. You were always that weird roommate in the other room. I don't know. Weird stories. I can't think of like a weird story.
So I'm just like the best.
I'd like to think our childhood was pretty normal.
It was.
But normal is relevant to everybody. My normal might be different than your normal. But all right. Yeah, I think I got one. I remember in the middle of the night when we were young. I can't remember how old. I'll guess 10. I was 10-ish, and I remember in the middle of the night, I woke up to Dad walking into my room because I had video games and the TV in my room, and my dad walked into the room. I just walk up because he made a noise or somebody, and I look up, and he's walking in, and you are sitting at my TV that's turned off, holding the remote controller like you're playing video games in your sleep. And he just walked in, grabbed you, and walked back to your room with you. And I just went back to bed, and I woke up, and I was like, was that a dream? They're like, no, Kelly was just playing your video games in her sleep. And that was it.
I feel like I remember that story, and I don't know if I still sleepwalk to this day, but it would be kind of funny to find out what else I do.
I sleepwalk, but I don't leave the bed. I sleepwalk on the bed.
Okay.
I'll dance.
I feel like don't you have a
oh yeah
low ceiling?
It's not so much and I'll dance and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
While you're in bed. Okay.
While I'm in bed.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for doing this with me. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun to learn a little bit more about you because I mean.
Well, did you actually learn about me?
I think maybe.
Okay. We'll say no. That's what got us no.
It's just fun to, ask questions. So maybe we'll do this again sometime.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That was cool.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me, and can't wait to talk to you again. Bye. Okay. How fun was that? Come on. I could have kept talking for hours, but I did have to catch a flight. So, had to stop somewhere. Honestly, I think you can tell how much I enjoyed that conversation. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of this episode? Did you catch the little tech hiccups, or were you just along for the laughs and the stories? Drop me a message or a comment. I love hearing your feedback, and it helps me shape what comes next. And don't forget, this is just the beginning of these bonus conversations. I'll be bringing on more guests in the months ahead, and I don't want you to miss a single one. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit the follow and subscribe. That way, you'll always have a seat at the table for the next cup of the morning pour. Thanks for listening, friends. Until next time, keep savoring the sip, and I'll see you soon.